Okay, bro. So you are at your final stage. So what I want to know from you, just a little description on where you were before we started to working together. What was your experience? What kind of thing? What position were you in?
I was just recovering from an auto accident, so just kind of like getting past that treatment, like getting into working out again.
Okay, okay, and we know the accident was like a big hindrance for you. But before the accident, where were you, let's say health wise, physically wise? What position were you in that you felt like you needed to dig yourself out?
I was trending in the right direction. I was already working out. It's just the accident set me back, so it was a way for me to get back into it.
Okay. So the accident happened and you needed a way to springboard yourself uh even more into the direction that you were going, right?
Yeah.
All right, sweet. And from the day that you joined to now, you've lost, yeah, 261. Yeah, 261 was the highest, and 247 being the lowest. So that's a little bit more than, yeah, that's just about 15, around 15-ish pounds lost in total since you joined us in the 12-week period. So amazing stuff that happened. So what were the biggest levers you felt like helped to actually create that change for you?
It was definitely the diet. It was definitely just being aware of what I was eating and just the macros. I feel like that was the biggest thing because uh, when we changed about a month in or so. That's when I think, and then like increase the step count stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
that's when things started to really change. So I think it was just more of that. I think it was more of those things than anything. Obviously, like lifting is important, and obviously, like the workouts were helpful in that. But I've been in situations where I've lifted just as
Mm-hmm.
much or
Mm-hmm.
ran a lot, but wasn't losing weight because I was eating way too many calories. So,
100%.
um, yeah.
Yeah. So nutrition was the biggest lever for you. And what are some
I
of the
was
biggest, say again?
I was just agreeing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, what were some of the biggest changes in your? So we know that we set you up with your calories, with your macros, kind of give you guidance on how to go about that, how to navigate that in the right way. But in terms of your changes, so in terms of your nutrition, what are some big changes that happened pre joining the program and then post joining the program? What are the biggest changes to your nutrition that happened?
I was eating a lot of calories. I was eating a lot of food. I think just sort of when I started to track my meals again, that's when I started to realize, okay, like, I need to have more discipline in terms of how much I eat. I don't think I was necessarily eating a lot of bad food. It was just like eating too much of it.
Yeah.
And so really just like finding that balance of what to eat, how much to eat, I think is really what it was more than anything. So I think like now it's like I'm more like I think part of it is because one like I know I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do to like continue to trend in the right direction, and that's movement and staying within my calorie count and macros and stuff like that. So I feel like that's really what it is now. It's just like understanding what works, knowing it works, and trusting in it going forward.
All right, let's go. And with respect to your way forward, like what are the next steps for you? Because you're currently at lowest since your last weigh in. You're at 247 right now. Where's the end goal for you, man? Uh, what
There's
is
no there's no end goal. It's all about making it a lifestyle. It's a process. So obviously like would like to get to 210, 215, but the next short term goal is getting to 230. And once I get under 230, then that allows me to be fully functional as an athlete without having to with like reducing the likelihood of re-injuring myself.
let's go.
So that's like really the main goal is just getting there. And so, that'll be the next the next phase for me is getting to that point. So that's going to require a lot more effort. But it's basically just maintaining consistency with my diet. It's just ramping up the amount of workouts and type of workouts that I do.
All right, man. Yeah, and I think that's really all it takes for you at this point, right? Just consistency with the nutrition, consistency with the movement, and once you're able to lock those things in, I don't see for any reason why you don't have the opportunity to succeed with that. So, yeah, I think you're on the right track, man.